Hello, Chemistry 1. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I just want to touch base a little bit with some of the things that we're going to be doing in the Clinical Chemistry 1 course. I hope that you guys have had some time now to go through and look at everything that is in there because I'm going to go into it with a little bit more detail now. So the things that I'm going to cover include reviewing your course assignments for this quarter, your APA lab reports that are going to start next week, your written assignments, review material, and your exams, quizzes, and discussions, and what my expectations are for those. First thing I'm going to start with is your APA lab reports. Last week, your lab was just pretty much safety and reviewing some of the solutions that you guys worked on making in the Intro to Chemistry course. Well, now we're going to start making them a little bit more professional. If you go to your lab section and you look at your course announcement, you'll see in green letters, sample lab report. If you click on it, it's going to open something that looks exactly like this. Now, what I want you to do is use this, open it up, and just type your information over the top of this. Change the dates, put your name in, and things like that, because it's going to be a lot easier than trying to format an APA lab report from scratch. Okay, so you want to make sure it looks just like this. You don't want any borders and pictures and things like that to make it all pretty and full of color. This is an APA lab report. It should look just like this. Now, as you scroll through my sample lab report, you'll see it's got an abstract and a principle, the materials. In those sections, it tells you what to put in that section. So when you get to the notes and discussions page, it tells you what to put in there. Okay, so it's essentially functioning as a rubric as well, because if there are pieces in there that you don't include, you could potentially lose points on that. So I'm setting you up here for complete success with your first lab report by just pulling this up and posting your information over the top. You can even use the worksheets that you get and use those charts that are in there to just copy them into this report. They fit in very nicely. Okay, written assignments. Written assignments seem like they can be a little bit lengthy, but I'll tell you what, you can use those as study guides. They cover everything that you need to know. I suggest that you keep them forever and use them to study for your boards later on as well. Because as you guys know, you have chemistry in the beginning, and you're not going to have a lot of chemistry till the very end, so a lot of it's not going to stick with you. So keeping these written assignments and doing a great job on them from the get-go is very important. These are going to be due in full by Sunday at midnight. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of internet research to find your answers, but please use your own words. I've got 2 laboratories here that will help you tremendously when it comes for looking for methodologies, reference ranges. If you're having a hard time finding something in your textbook, use these 2 sources, MayoMedicalLaboratories.com and AREPLaboratories.com. I recommend that you bookmark them so that you can get at them very easily. With these, you can find, like I said, not just the reference ranges and methodology, but what the tests are used for. So they're fantastic references for some of those things on your assignment. All right, discussion posts and replies. You'll see that we're going to start something called post first. This means that you'll go in and you can't see anybody else's posts until you post first. A lot of our discussions are going to be case studies. I don't want you to see everybody else's answers. I want you to do your own research to post those before you see everybody else's to reply to. This will help you with your critical thinking skills moving forward to make sure you can apply the things that you're learning in the module. Your first post is due by Tuesday at midnight, and your reply is due by Saturday at noon. I want to see at least 5 or 6 good sentences that add new information, not just complimenting your fellow classmate. So an example of a not so good post would be, "Great job, Joe. I really like the part where you talked about the green poo. It was really interesting. Keep up the great work. Great work. I'll be sure to check your posts next time because they're very interesting." As you can see, that was 5 sentences. That did not add any new information, okay? That would not give you any points. Sometimes you get to a point where everybody's replied and all the answers are in there and you're just wondering what to do. I am always okay with you doing research on the disease or the testing that's done and adding something new to the discussion. If you come across something really cool when you're doing research, Make sure that you share that with everybody and make sure you post where you got it from in case somebody wants to read more. All right, quizzes. We're going to have a quiz every week starting week 2. That material is going to be on the prior week's material. So the quiz that you take in week 2 this next week will cover the information that you learned in week 1. I realize week 1 was a lot of material, chapters 1, 2, and 3. But some of it is stuff that you may have learned already in the Intro to Chemistry course or the phlebotomy course if you took it. If you didn't, that's okay. I'm providing you with some materials to help you. I'd also provided a study guide. The study guides and PowerPoints are golden when it comes to studying for quizzes. Your textbook is very large. There's a lot of material. I recommend using it as a resource, but when it comes to narrowing down exactly what to study and keeping it smaller, I recommend using those PowerPoints. Your quizzes are going to be timed and proctored and be taken during a lab time, or if you don't take them during your lab time, that's okay. Your instructor or program coordinator will have a time set up for you to be able to take those quizzes. Make sure you talk to them about that. Your exams are going to be online too, so those are going to be weeks 4, 8, and 10. Make sure you're prepared. They will cover weeks prior to that. So 1, 2, and 3, weeks 1, 2, and 3 are on the week 4 exam. Weeks 4, 5, 6, and 7 are on the week 8 exam, etc. Okay. The last week, you're going to have a final and a lab practical. You don't need a 73% on the final exam, but you do need a 73% to pass the course this time. All right, so how do you review for this? Extra ideas. Study Blue is a fantastic free app that you can put on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. You can find me under Becky Hansen-Smith or Medical Laboratory Technician 201. You want to look under Rasmussen, Minnesota, okay, even though I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We have live exam review lectures the week before the exams. So week 3, you're going to see a live lecture that you're going to be able to attend. I will be getting those up in the next week here. I have some things to double check with my schedule. But you'll have one week 3 for the week 4 exam, week 7 for the week 8 exam, etc. And we'll do a lot of interactive things and some games and poll questionings and those types of things online so that you're all prepared. I will be recording it if you can't make it, but like I said, if you can make it, to make every attempt possible to be there. It is a lot of fun, and those who attend those do better than those that watch the archive. I think just interacting and doing it really, really helps you. Again, there's an outline review as well. All exam questions are covered in my PowerPoint, Study Blue, and my outlines. All right, so that concludes everything for today. So hopefully if you guys have any questions in the lab section, there's an awesome thing called Padlet in there. You can click anywhere on the white screen and you can type in a question and I'll answer it. You could always send me course email if you have any questions. Otherwise, I look forward to working with you guys this quarter, and contact me if you need anything. Thank you.